It's me. So this is the start of my video for an introduction and a few hints and tips for getting started playing on my modded server Busted Colonies, which you can access through the Discord. So it's pretty straightforward. Go into Discord, go into server facts and hit the pinned button and you will come up with some links. So the first link you need is the CurseForge link, which brings you to this page. You then go to CurseForge app. This is assuming you don't already have CurseForge, obviously. Go to the CurseForge app, download it for Windows, and set it up as you would do anything else that you would normally download. Once you've done that, you want to go to the other link, which is for the Busted Colonies or Busted Colonies mod pack, which you can see here. It's got that picture on it that will help you work out that you've got the right one. You just go down. There is only the one version, so you can't really go wrong. And then you go install with the CurseForge app. And it does ask you if you haven't already got it. Open. I already have it, so it's not really an issue. So this is my CurseForge app. You can see here it is downloading it. It takes a little bit of time first up. It's got to download all the mods, and yeah, but once it's downloaded, you'll see the picture come up and you'll know it's good to go. Need to start from scratch, but you can find something like this, and then you look for the town hall, which I'm not sure which building that is. Look, no, that's a house. But you go into all of them, look for the one that says town hall. You'll see it on the. Could be one of these. Kind of hard to find sometimes. That one's got nothing on it. Yeah, this one's a house. So you can tell by these little tables. So you got up, no colony was founded, seek out the town hall to start a new colony here. So that's your house block. That tells you that that is a house. I mean, creative. That is a tavern. They're kind of handy to have at the start because they do give your colonists food and accommodation. Yeah, I have no idea which one is a tavern around here. This is just a random structure that's also spawned on the edge of this. Looks like it's full of skillies, so I would definitely be entering with care, but there will be chests in there. This is one of the biomes that you might run into. It's quite pretty. I like this one. And that's another house. This one's a guard tower. So he's got his guard tower thing there. So what you do is you find the town hall, go into all the buildings, find the town hall, and click that you're claiming it, and you will suddenly get your people turn up. You have 4 people turn up at the start. So yeah, that's just one of the things you can find. When you're trying to decide what or where you're going to build, what biome you're going to build, there's a lot of biomes. You need to probably give some thought into the style of town you're going to build and then choose your biome accordingly, because obviously if you're doing an oak settlement or a dark oak settlement or a birch settlement or a stone settlement, you're going to want to be near those items. If you're doing a desert settlement, you're going to want to be near some sand so you can get lots of sandstone. If you're doing the mesa style one, obviously you're going to want to be near a mesa. Some more random structures that you can raid and check out, find villages in. You will need a few basic farms. You'll need a wheat farm, you'll need an iron farm, a sugarcane farm, sheep farm, cow farm are all super useful. You will need to feed your colonists to start with. You'll need to supply them with all their gear for building with to start with, and all their tools. You'll need to supply your guards with armor, and prior to getting guards you will need to guard the village yourself. You often get asked for different coloured wool, so a sheep farm is super handy, and a dye farm at some stage, like a flower farm at some stage, would definitely be useful too. Whether you all want to build your own farms or whether you want to build some in spawn, particularly like iron farm and that would be great. If we can have a few people that want to build a few major farms in the spawn area that will be loaded all the time, that would be awesome. Obviously don't look to me for redstone. I can just about manage some small basic farms for myself, but yeah, we're not looking at anything major for me to be able. Yeah, back to picking a biome. You can go hilly. I'd recommend trying to find something relatively flat, purely because it's a lot easier, a lot less terraforming. But yeah, that's up to you. You can also do one in the caves and caverns. There's themes for there. You could do, I have a feeling there's a dwarven one, so you could do one on the side of a mountain. I will show you some of them in a minute, so that you get a little bit of a feel for some of the options available, so you've got a bit of an idea of what you're looking for. If you start building and then you dislike your area, you change your mind, you don't want to be there, simply destroy your town hall bench, take that out, and that will make your village no longer your colony. And then you can go, because you're only allowed one colony, so then you can go elsewhere and start another colony if you so wish. But you can only get one supply ship or one supply camp for the game. So if you've used that up on that colony, you won't get another one for the new colony. So just bear that in mind. Obviously, it can be an issue, but yeah, life is so much easier. So you'll put your table down, and then you can craft your boats. I do wish these would stack, it would make life a whole lot easier, and make a supply ship, or you can craft some chests and make a supply camp. Now you're only allowed to make one per player, and they don't have to be in the area that you're claiming, like the area where your town is actually going to go. I would suggest you can claim up to 20 chunks in each direction, so that's a lot of area, so you can sort of farm around yourself and do things like that. But the colony itself will take up a set area, and it will keep growing until you have all your buildings at full size, which is level 5, and then it will be set at that size then. But until then, the borders will keep going. Once you've claimed your colony, you will see the borders come up on the map to show you what they are. So as we are not near the ocean, we can't see water anywhere, we're going to go with this life supply camp. So it's pretty straightforward. You just need a flat area, place it down. You can then use your buttons. Now you can pick what style you're going to do. These are all the different styles. So there's Desert Oasis, Space Wars, Urban Birch, Mine Colonies, Medieval Dark, Dark Oak, Cavern, Lost Mesa City, Stalactite Caves, Caledonia, Incan, Medieval Birch Jungle, Urban Savannah, Fortress, Medieval Oak, Nordic Spruce, Pagoda, Warped, Medieval Spruce. So lots of choices. We will do, let me show you, what will we do? We'll do let's go Medieval Spruce, that's a nice easy one. So then you hit escape, and then you can, then you can run backwards. Obviously I'm in creative, so I can go like that, and you can have a look, and you can see if this is where you want it. You can then right click, and you can use these arrows to change it around, turn it around in circles, move it sideways, move it forward and back, and this will even flip it. Okay, and then this lets you put it further in the ground or higher above the ground. So some of the themes allow you to build in trees, so you can have like a whole heap of tree houses. And obviously some of the cave ones, you might want to put it lower down. Have a good look before you hit, make sure you've got it how you want it. Because it's a little bit of a pain if you don't. So obviously you can use the F6 and have a look around this way if you wanted to. And then once you're ready and you think it's how you want it, go up to the square, you can see the square, right click, hit the tick, and it happens instantly. You don't need to do anything. And see, it says I've made an advancement, and it tells you to start searching for a place to place your town hall. So now if you go in here, now this is your choice. You can either use this as your camp, which I think is a really good idea, and they're kind of cute, and they're all different depending on which version you use, or you can just put it down and use all the resources. Now you will find you'll have a bed in here, you'll have a chest, there's your build tool, You'll need that. And there's your town hall. You will need that. And that will give you that in every single version. So yeah, you never know what you're going to find. They all have quite a few goodies. So like we've got some nice basic stone tools there, just to help you get started. And there's plenty of wool here. There's some hay bales. There's some more chests. So yeah, you got what, 64 oak logs. Got some food. Check all your chests and search around. You never know what you will find. Water, more logs, and some stone, which will be very handy, I'm sure. So this will all help you get started, and it does give you a place to stay as well if you so wish. Whoops, pressing all the buttons, which I think is kind of cute. And these are the storage racks, which you can use like a chest. And then you've got an armor stand here. You've got your leather tunic and a pumpkin head, so a few bits and pieces. All right, so once you have your town hall and your build tool, oh, it looks like we have another villager over here, but never mind. That's just a standard one. We'll just ignore. That we'll go over here. If I was looking for one, I wouldn't be able to find it. So pick out where you want your town hall. Now you want your town hall kind of in the middle if you can, in the middle of where you think you're visualizing that your colony is going to be. Colonies are quite big, so yeah. If you're building the fortress one, which is really cool, but it does need to be done in a fairly specific way to get the buildings to all join. But there is lots of YouTube videos out there, so if you decide to go with the fortress, then I would look at some videos first. Let's just sorry. So I've made it daytime, make it a little bit easier. We're going to put our town hall down here. I'm going to use the build tool. You can just place it anyway, but then it's not going to be sitting how you want it to sit. And yeah, definitely use the build tool, which is this nice little thing here. Then you need to go in and find out what type it is. So it is a fundamental. So we're going with town hall. Okay, now switch pack. Now this is great, and this is in the new update, so I think it's awesome because it gives you a little bit of an idea, because I know you're sitting there saying, well, how do I know what pack I want to use? This will help you. So you can see there's a Caledonian one, Pagoda, which is a lot more like a Chinese one, and you can find a cherry blossom biome and put in the Asian style and it would be amazing. Here's one for your packs. This is a warped one if you happen to like spending a lot of time in the nether, or if you would like to build with the nether woods but in the overworld. There's a savannah, medieval birch, can't do yet, hasn't been updated, but anyway. There's a medieval dark oak, and there's a medieval oak. I don't have any structures I've made. Desert oasis is actually really pretty. There's a treehouse for the jungle, Lost Mesa, or Mesa, depending on who you're talking to. There's an Incan one, Incan. Space Wars is kind of cool, it's a little bit different. So if you found like a really cool biome with looked kind of spacey, that would be awesome. Can't do the medieval spruce. Dark oak is really nice, that makes like tree houses, and the same as the jungle one, but in all dark oak. Fortress, this one's really cool, but like I said, you do need to find out exactly what order to build them in, and that will build you a big fortress with walls all the way around the outside. So that's kind of cool. That's the basic mine colonies one. Nordic spruce is kind of cool. There's urban birch for any birch lovers out there, and there's a cavern, which is really nice if you like the more dwarven style. So let me see, what are we going to go with? Doesn't really matter. Let's go with Nordic spruce. So we've selected our pack. Now you don't have to use the same pack for every building. If you want to switch things up a little bit, You can use a different pack for each building, or you can alter things around depending on what you like. So now we've gone with fundamentals, we've gone with the town hall, and always look at them. These are your 5 levels. Some buildings only go to level 3. Not every style has every building, so you need to keep that in mind as well. But always look at your building in level 5. Hit escape, run backwards or forwards out of the building, keeping the tool in your hand. Obviously, again, I can go up and down, but have a look around. Make sure your floors are level. I do have a really bad habit of building at the wrong height. So make sure your floors are level. This is what this building will look like at level 5. Now, your building is not going to look like this, obviously, to start with, because it would take you forever to collect all these resources. So once you've got it where you want it and you're happy with it, you can move it around. Like I said before, just right click on the box. You can move it left and right. You can move it forwards and back. You can change to what direction it's facing in, and you can flip it around. Okay, and then you can go down or up. So if you want to build something in the air, you can. You could certainly build these on islands. You could build them islands in the sky. You could build them in caverns, mountains. You can build them wherever you want, as long as your builder can get to them. So once you're happy with how it's situated, green tick, and then assign to builder, and there you go. So then we go up and click on it. You're able to create a new colony here. Now this is giving you another chance to change your mind on the pack if you decide you want to. Now it will come up with no nearby colony found if there's nothing too close. If there is another colony too close to you, you won't let you build here, so you'll have to move. And if you already own a colony, it will not let you build. So create colony, there we go. Woohoo! That's our colony created. Now you can see on journey map that we now have a green outline. There we go. That's to say that this is my colony. So this outline will get bigger and bigger as I progress, as my buildings get bigger. Okay. So we need to wait for a builder. We won't get anything done there until we get a builder. There you go. First settler has arrived. Hey, Zayden. Nice to meet ya. Zayden, I think you're going to be a builder. Now you can click on him. You can see what his skills are. They're not much good to start with, but I mean, that is what it is. You can open his requests. He hasn't got any at the moment. You can open his inventory. He doesn't have anything at the moment. And he's wandering off. And yes, you can, see all sorts of things about him. You can see if he's happy and sad, if he's hungry, if he's cold, if he's tired, wants a bed. So then we want a builder's hut, which you will have to build, but from memory, they don't actually need a lot. So there we go. There you go. So you need your build tool, which you've already got, a door, and 7 planks. And this can be in any type of wood. It won't matter. It makes no difference whatsoever. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. Your builder's hut. Now your builder's hut again needs to be fairly close to the middle of the colony because he only travels a set distance. Now he needs to be outside the fences because that's where, this is your building tape. Don't worry if you knock it down, it doesn't make any difference, but that's your building tape. That lets you know how far out this building here, your town hall, is going to be when it hits level 5. So you're leaving enough space for it. So then we're going to put down our builder's hut. We're going to use the build tool. We're going to go through, we're staying with Nordic Spruce, we're not going to swap. We're going through to fundamentals because that's what this one is. It's really straightforward to find them. Yeah, infrastructure, military, mystic, walls, you can find all sorts of things. So then go to builder's hut, go to level 5, escape, run out, have a look. All right, now, where's the entrance for this one? It's over there. And there's another door there. I think I'm going to move this one around, and then I'm going to move it sideways. Now you can decide how close you want your buildings to be, or if you want them staggered, or if you want them, you know, all over the place, or if you want them in grids and straight roads. There we go, builder's hut. So then we go over to the builder's hut, we right click on it, then we manage workers, and we're going to hire whoever seems to be the best worker for the job. So it looks like it's going to be Krug. Mr. Krug or Miss Krug is being hired. You can have the colony decide who's going to build. You can do automatic or you can do manual. I like to do manual. I like to pick my builders, but totally up to you. Okay, so then we go to build options, build building, advancement made. So then he's going to come over here and he's going to want to start building this hut. He's going to need gear to do it. So you need to wait and see. It will come up in chat. It will come up here. See, we've got build request for builder's hut. It will come up and say he started building, and then he'll have all the things he wants to get. Now, because I'm in creative, that's super easy. And there he is. Started work on builder's hut. So now you can right click on that again, and you can go to required resources, and these are all the resources that you need to gather to build this at the first level, which, as you can see, is not too horrible. Okay, and then again, I'm creative, so he'll just get all of them regardless. If they don't go in for some reason, it generally means he's got too much stuff. And he wants something, so he needs a set of shears. I can just fulfill that again because I'm creative, but I would need to normally do that. No, open request. Now he's probably going to ask for some tools in a minute because he's going to want to dig. Yeah, there we go. He's got no space. Okay, skip the chit chat. Go have a look at his inventory. He's fine, but he's got no space in here by the looks of it. Yeah, he's pretty packed in there. So what we could do is take out a couple of things and then drop them into his inventory, if we can catch up with him. So he'll still have them, but he's got some space to drop off stuff here. And that's it. He will come back in daylight. Eventually you can have foresters, miners, restaurant people cooking for you. You can have guards. There's so many things that you can do. It's insane. Like, there's so many villagers that you can put to work. But you do need to make sure that they're fed at this early point, because they will not feed themselves. You have to give them food. Once you get a restaurant built, they'll go and get it. If they get sick, you'll have to give them medicine, which is generally things like carrots and potatoes and that sort of stuff. It will tell you what they need. And once you get a hospital built, then they'll go there to get their medicine. You can build a university that will let you research different things, which will then allow you to build different things. Survival mode, playing particularly early stages. While he was busy building, you would be busy collecting resources for the next build. There is a lot of resource gathering to start with. The smaller builds are not too bad, and by the time you get to the bigger builds, your colony is actually sourcing quite a lot of stuff themselves, so that definitely helps. There are some good YouTube videos which give you some more insight into mine colonies. I will put some links in my Discord for you so you can have a look at them, and it will give you a bit of an idea of where you're going. It also gives you a better look at the different styles, so you can have your style picked before you start if you so desire. You may decide to pick your style depending on what biome you select. That's totally a valid choice too. If you want to see what inspires you and then go from there, that's always a good option. When you first join the server, you will see a rather large building not too far away from where you spawn. I would like to say that I built it. Unfortunately, I cannot claim that. It was naturally generated. It is beautiful. But as it was so close to spawn, I figured it was a good option to turn into our spawn town. So it has numerous towers on it. I have gone through and made it relatively safe. You will need to double check your areas, obviously. You can run into the towers, you can then go up the main spawn tower in the middle, and then you can branch out, and there's about 30 spots that are claimable. You can claim an area. Once you have claimed an area, you then may loot your tower to your heart's desire. You can take out any of the blocks you want to if you so desire. Just please leave the exterior as is so it still looks attractive for anyone joining. You're welcome to share towers if you so wish, or you can all have your own individual one. I really don't think we're going to have run out of towers. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I would strongly suggest that you set your spawn ASAP in your selected tower, and remember where your tower is because I will probably lose mine numerous times. There's lots of signs on the towers indicating which ones are which. Please change the signs and put your names on them as soon as possible so that people don't claim your tower. You will find when you run into the bottom tower there is a chest on the left that has some beds and some other bits and pieces. Please just grab one bed, and I think the other thing we had in there was food, if I remember rightly. So you can go up and claim your area. Then you are welcome to hang around spawn and start building up your supplies, or you're also welcome to go branch out and go exploring. I would strongly suggest that you build up a reasonably decent supply of items before you start your colony. It does tend to use quite a lot of resources, and it's handy if you've already got a reasonable supply, particularly of things like cobble and the different woods and that sort of thing, so that you can supply your builder relatively quickly. And once you get to a reasonable size and you've got a few people, you will start getting raided. Now the raids to start with are pretty easy. You'll get a notification there's a raid coming in. It's generally only a couple of raiders to start with. You just go and kill them. As you get bigger and you get a bigger and bigger population, and I'm pretty sure it works off your population, it's either that or the size of the town hall, your raids get harder and harder, and some of them are pretty tough later on in the game, but by that stage you have good armor and you have guards and you can train them up and they will help defend, so it just adds a little bit extra to the game. You may lose villagers, that's not or residents, that's not uncommon. Citizens, strongly suggest you try and sleep each night away, particularly until they've got beds, and they don't go to bed straight away, so you will need to watch that. Once they do have houses and beds, you will see a message come up in chat to say that all your citizens are tucked safely into bed. Then it's a good time for you to jump into bed, but they will be after mobs are spawning. There we go. Goal reached, a builder, and we didn't get the fireworks. Not sure why. Now I'm going to start the town hall off. But you don't have to do that one. Once you've got the town hall there as like this, so that you've actually got a colony, you don't actually have to build it straight away if you don't want to. If you want to build some of your other buildings first, that's fine. It's not a problem. So I had some problems with the end of my video, unfortunately. It didn't record properly and we ended up with no video. So we'll add a few bits on here. So this was our builder's hut completed, as you did see, and then this was the town hall once it was all finished. Kind of snazzy. They do put all the lights in and spawn proof. Sorry, I am in creative still. Spawn proof your area, and they do light up inside as well. So it's kind of nice. You can right click on it. It will tell you your Busted Colony 1. So that will tell you your level 1 for this building. You can obviously find out lots of information here too. you've got your information on the city. Then you can go permissions, and then you can add a player. So if you want someone else to share a place with you, you can put their name in there, and then they will have the same permissions as you, and they can do things in your city. You've got your actions there. If you build, rename, you can hire mercenaries. This gives you a list of citizens. That's your add player citizens, sorry. This is your settings. So this is your worker hiring mode. If you want to do it yourself, you can change that to manual. House assignment, you can have automatic or manual. You can have show help messages. You can have where the kids are going to be born or not. If you have a male and a female staying in the same building, then kids will be able to be born unless you want to change it. You can change your team color. If you want to have a team color, you can have a flag, which will give that out, and that shows you what your pack is. Then this gives you your work orders. So it says that Mr. Gould is a builder, and then this gives you your happiness. So they're pretty happy at the moment. Social factor's not great. They don't really have anything. They don't have a lot of houses or anything. So yeah, they're not very happy in that respect, but they're not doing too bad. And then just to give you an idea so you could see, this is a house or residence as it's called in the pack. I always call it a house and then I can't find it when I'm searching for it. But this is a residence. This is a level 5. So this is the finished version, as high as it gets. Just to give you an idea. Now I did nothing to this. The builder did all of it. That's your house table where you can manage your building, recall your citizens, manage your housing. You can decide who sits there, that sort of stuff, or who lives there. And then you've got a ladder. Now all the houses, all the residences have 1 bed per level. So this is a level 5, so it will have 5 beds. So there's 2 down there and another 3 up here. So quite a nice comfortable area for your residents to live in. And you can work out who you want to live there. It helps, or you can let the colony decide. It helps if you can have your residences fairly close to their work areas. So you want anyone who's working in this area to be living in that house if possible, and then if you've got workers over this area, you would have another house for them, so they're not traveling too far to get back to their house. It just speeds things up a little bit. It's not always possible, you can't always do it, but do the best you can to keep your residences fairly close to where your workers are. So anyway, I think that is it. Whoops, from me, there I am, hello. And I hope to see you on the server. Please come and have some fun. Do remember it is adults only, but still be respectful of each other. Obviously no hate, no drama. Let's be nice, let's love each other and have a good time, because that's the whole point of the server. It's there for people to come hang out, be casual, not have to stress about anything, do as much or as little as you want, build yourself a colony, get yourself workers doing all the hard jobs, and you can just kick back and relax with a nice little bevy or two. So, see you on the flip side, my darlings. If you've got this far, please leave a like and subscribe. Me sounding all professional. And I will see you on the server. Love you all. Bye.